Hello, beautiful ritual star seeds, gods and goddesses, and beautiful magical people of my heart. Thank you for being with me today at our ritual. So, I am here live on YouTube. And if you get here and are live, I would love to know that you're here. So, leave a comment. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and leave a comment as well. Would love to hear how this ritual expanded you, transformed you, and helped you come back to the present, which is really such an important part of why we do any rituals. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody yet. Wonder, okay. I wonder. Okay. Oh, hi, Dr. Miluna. It's a pleasure to see you. Okay, so it's working. Fantastic. Okay, I wanted to be sure. Um, and I'll give you a moment. I actually have tea and water. So I do have my candles and incense going. It's basically set up a space for yourself that just feels luscious, that feels magical. Um, you definitely need a glass of water to do the ritual. If you are in a place right now where you can't get the water, you can just go through the motions and then come back later and just maybe fast forward to the part when we actually do the ritual of blessing the water and taking it in. You could always do that. And I suggest doing this often. I would say in the mornings when I wake up to pour myself some more tea. In the mornings when I wake up, a lot of times one of the first things I'll do is get a glass of water, and I'll always do like the mini ritual version of it where I'm holding it and speaking into it and then drinking it. It's a perfect way to embody the power of the water. All right. Well, cheers, Dr. Miluna. Mm. We're going to jump right in. Okay. So, this is a beautiful time also for ritual because we are just about at the fall equinox in the northern hemisphere and the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. So, the equinox this year is Thursday, September 22nd. So, again, this is a beautiful time for us to be gathering together, building magic, building energy, especially this positive energy to put out in the world. So the equinoxes are the time to balance the light and the dark. And it's that magic place of equilibrium and suspension, the moment between the inhale and the exhale. So we can take a pause. It's a beautiful time to take a pause and reflect on your energy and the qualities of it. Are there places in your life where you're out of balance? Maybe where you need to put up more boundaries? Whatever you need to do to regain your best flow for work and play and family obligations. We have a lot to juggle, right? Life can be quite complex. So, this is again a moment to pause and go within, be still, reassess, right? So, another interesting thing right now is that we have nearly all of our planets, the major planets, are all in retrograde except for Venus. Venus goes into retrograde in December. But starting next month, I believe in October, November, and December, a lot of these planets will be stationing forward. So if you've been feeling intensity and just a lot of energy building and maybe not always feeling positive intensity. Like it could be very emotional, it could be very, like kind of the make or break sort of energy. And sometimes we need that to break through emotions, frustrations, um, because retrogrades have a tendency for things to slow down or projects to stall out. Um, I don't know, you might want to let me know in the comments what you've been experiencing. And I think for me, it's been a very, very beautiful, reflective time, but I have had a lot of downloads lately. Um, some of them kind of dire, and I'm not going to go into all the things that they're showing me or that they're downloading to me, but they're also downloading, um, I think, different kinds of skills, different forms of knowledge and wisdom, right? Because it happens mostly in my sleep, but sometimes it'll be while I'm brushing my teeth, and all of a sudden I'll just get this feeling in my crown chakra. My ears start ringing like crazy. I don't know if anybody else gets the ear ringing, but I definitely will get like crown chakra tingling when I had that feeling of getting downloads. Last week, I actually woke up at like 3 in the morning and I saw this amazing, gigantic flower of life, like kind of hovering next to my bed. And just as I was coming to clearer consciousness, it was beginning to fade away. Um, Dr. Miluna said intense energy breakdowns, new relationships while releasing non supportive relationships, and very important. Um, we're, now going into the time of Libra. Libra is all about relationships and balance. It's the scales, it's about equal give and take. And, quite frankly, if I'm in a relationship with someone who's just taking and taking, whether it's friends, love, whatever it is, there needs to be a conversation, there needs to be a boundary. And if it doesn't really even out, then what's the point, right? So I'm feeling you, Dr. Miluna, very much. So let's talk a little bit about water. Yes, beautiful water. So it is the element of renewal, abundance, and overflow. And it's such a magical element because it takes the shape of whatever vessel is containing it. And it also can shape and carve. You know what I mean? It's not like fire that moves quickly. It will move slowly and, pound all the rocks into pebbles on the beach. It can carve the Grand Canyon, over many thousands of years. So water is this extremely powerful element, yet it is gentle. So it's a really beautiful, again, a way of looking at how we flow through life. We can see the boulders and kind of drift and flow around them, flow over them. And at the same time, we're wearing those boulders down little by little until there are no more. So I kind of like to think of life as that river that we are, carving into the shape. Maybe it's really serpentine, or maybe it needs to take a U-turn somewhere and then come back around or go into another direction, right? It's like a dance. Water is so magical. I'm very much a water person, as I know probably many of you are. The other thing about water is it comprises the majority of all the elements in our body and on Earth. It is the, you know, at least whatever 70%, right, of our body and of the Earth's body. We are so connected to Gaia in that way as well. The other interesting thing was I was just, in my mind, I was prompted to look up to see if there was a feast day today for a goddess or a saint. I'm always curious, like when, when we decide to do rituals, what comes forward. And what was really amazing is my grandmother was from Naples, Italy. And today happens to be the patron saint of Naples feast day. And in particular, this patron saint protected Naples from volcanoes. It was he was a volcano um, whisperer or something, could quiet the volcano. So near Naples, we have Mount Vesuvius, and Mount Vesuvius is very famous, obviously, for the city of Pompeii, because when it erupted on that ancient city, the ash preserved the life there. And that's kind of the energy that we have, coming in the next, 6 months. It's very transformative and disruptive. And we're going to see this kind of energy in all aspects of life. We're going to see it in the money systems, government systems, the environment, food supply. Everything is going to go through a major shift, as we are all going through a major shift. So it's happening within, it's happening on the earth. So, we're seeing a lot of like volcanic eruptions. We're seeing a lot of storms. The earth is going through this rebalancing. And she can breathe easier, I believe, when we take this time, again, for ritual, for sacred reverence of the elements. And so I was quite fascinated to see that was the feast day today of all days. And also thinking of my grandmother, who was very mermaidian. And actually, yeah, she was a Pisces. March 17th or 18th or 19th was her birthday. And my mom was a Pisces, March 3rd, and I'm Pisces rising. So, and then my stepfather, his mother, also Pisces. So wherever you have water in your chart, that's going to be the area where you will learn flow. Well, you will learn to a deep transformation of the water variety, right? I mean, there's transformation in all the elements. So I do have a couple of candles going. I have my crystals to represent earth. I have incense going to represent air. Okay. So before I go into the ritual, I'm just going to talk about a couple of other things. So one of them that is of interest to me and seems to be of interest to you, many of my newsletter readers and friends, are these particular races of really old star races that came to Earth. And one of these is the Mintakans. So the Mintakans were one of the first inhabitants of Earth. They came from a star in the constellation Orion, and people have named it Artuvia. And supposedly it was composed of pure crystalline water that literally you could see through it for miles. And it was different molecular and maybe different gravity, so the water was lighter. It wasn't quite as dense as the water here. And it's said that the Mintakans have been on Earth so long that they are considered very wise, and they experienced many eras, including the Atlantean and Lemurian eras. So those were also times of people who lived, especially the Lemurians, very close to the earth and the waters. And the Atlanteans did too. The Atlanteans were definitely more into technology, and the Lemurians were more into earth-based practices, earth-based spirituality. So the Mintakans were said to have humanoid bodies with aquatic features that enabled them to live both on land and in water. So, again, I imagine that many of us here have a lineage to the Mintakans since we have a deep connection to water and healing. And many of us are really into mermaids. I'm into mermaids. So I think that this kind of star seed or species of starseed, whatever you want to call it, these souls are quite prevalent on Earth. I find that so fascinating. Okay, so I'm going to begin by invoking the goddesses. And what I think would be perfect to do is close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhale and then exhale out your mouth, letting everything go. Everything we just talked about, everything that you were thinking about before you came here. Take another deep breath in. Let it go. Sinking deeper into your body, deeper into presence, deeper into the present moment. Deep breath in again together. Breathe in. Hold at the top and breathe out. And I ask you to lift your hands up, palms facing up towards the sky. And I welcome the beautiful water elementals. First, I'd like to call in beautiful water goddess, the goddess of the ocean, the great mother, Yemaya. Yemaya, we ask that you be here with us, to bless the waters that we drink, the waters in our bodies, the waters on the planet. And your daughter, Oshun, the beautiful, sweet honey goddess of the fresh waters, of the sparkling waterfalls. I call forth the Lady of the Lake, also known as Morgan Le Fay. This is her time of year, the fall. She's the goddess of magic, of healing, of deep restoration. She is the goddess who gives the power to the sovereigns to rule the land. She is the ultimate power. And I call on goddess Sarasvati, the Hindu goddess whose name means she who flows, named after the beautiful river. Who cleanses and purifies our mind and our space in this moment. So she is the white goddess. And she is swirling around us, clearing our space of all negativity, opening the ways and the means for us to think and see clearly, to perceive the truth, to speak with love, to sing with joy. I ask that these goddesses protect our space and bless it. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. So you should be feeling nice and calm and relaxed and grounded. Beautiful. So if you have your glass of water, Actually, we're going to build energy first. So, one of the things when I work with the mermaid elementals, the water elementals, they have told me that they can enter the body of humans through the sacral chakra, which is in the lower abdomen. So, we're going to do some deep breathing into our lower abdomen. So, what I'd like you to do is form a triangle like this with your hands. And I want you to turn it upside down and put it over your lower abdomen, over where the sacral chakra is. For the women, it's the womb. For the men, it is the lower belly. And again, you can close your eyes. And at your own pace, I want you to take deep breaths directly into your lower abdomen. And you could breathe out your nose or your mouth. And on each inhale, you're focusing on your lower abdomen, feeling the air blow up your lower abdomen like a little balloon. As we focus our energy and our breath there, that beautiful energy in the sacral chakra grows brighter and stronger. And it's okay if your consciousness or thoughts waver away, just bring them back to the sacral chakra and the breath, going straight to it. Breathing as deeply as you can and allowing each inhale to expand your lower belly and also to all the way up and expand your chest. Take in as big of breaths as you can. It is said in Egyptian magic that the Sikhem, the life force energy, is stirred when we do this deep pelvic breathing. Beautiful. Okay, take one more deep breath to your pelvis. And this time, as you exhale, bring your palms up your body, all the way up to the heart center. And I want you to put both hands on your heart center. And imagine a connection, an energetic flow between the heart and the sacral chakra. So now you're taking deep breaths up from your abdomen and calling it up into your heart center. And on the exhale, breathing straight out your heart chakra, out of your heart center. And breathing in through the sacral chakra, coming up, and then exhaling out the heart. So you're making a circuit between those two chakras. Just continue at your own pace for a moment. Okay, take one last breath together. Together, inhale through the sacral chakra, nice and deep. Moving that breath and that energy up to the heart chakra. Just let it reside there and let it stir in your chest. Open your eyes. I want you to take your water and holding it close to your heart. Okay, holding it nice and close. So this energy is going straight through the glass into our water right now and through our hands into the water. Maybe you see a color infusing into the water. Maybe it's just this beautiful sparkling light. Or maybe it's just this feeling of peace and that joy, right? Because the sacral chakra and the heart chakra is so much joy, emotions, and feelings and peace, right? Let it go into the water. And I'm going to say some decrees, and you can repeat them after me out loud or in your mind, whatever works for you. So, again, go ahead and close your eyes and make sure you're feeling your feet firmly rooted in the earth and feeling the earth energy also coming up through your feet. Traveling with each breath. Today, I dedicate my practice to my soul. I dedicate this practice also to the earth and all of her waters. I dedicate this practice to all who are suffering and need this healing energy. Today, I call back all pieces of my soul that have been lost throughout the years through trauma. Today, I am practicing for me. Today, I am a vessel of healing for myself and everyone because we are all connected. We are all connected to the one water. We are all connected to the one mother. We are all connected in unconditional love, no matter the circumstances that appear. I call back every shard of my soul light that was taken or freely given in all spaces, times, and dimensions. Return to me now and infuse my body with wholeness. I am whole. I am power. I am pure love and light. I am the fertile darkness. I am the boundless sea. I am the expansive cosmos. I love and give thanks for the waters of the earth. I love and give thanks for the waters of my body. I give my love and thanks for the bountiful, clean waters that nourish everyone. My words are magic. I am magic. My words are my magic wand and transform the world around me. And just notice how your body is feeling right now, how you're sensing the water is feeling. So take a few moments of silence right now, and you can go ahead and speak your own intentions into the water. What are you calling in today? What are you manifesting?
Also, it has a card reader in there.
Okay, wrap up your intentions. And so it is. Okay. So now take a drink of your water and feel the power and magic infusing into every cell of your being. Mm. You don't have to finish all of it now if you don't want to, or you can. Depends on how thirsty you are. Mm. You are now the embodiment of the water's power, magic, grace, and infinite overflowing abundance. Blessed be. How does that feel? Okay, beautiful, magical friends. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments below. Any reflections, anything that came up for you? Mm. Thank you, Dr. Miluna. Superb. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm feeling. So the beautiful part is we put all of those decrees into the water, and it not only was healing for us, but also for the world. So we're now embodying that energy. It comes out of our words, out of our writing, out of our hands, out of our thoughts. It's a beautiful way to manifest and work with your own magic, your own energy for the light, for bringing in goodness and abundance for all, bringing that balance, right? That's what we're doing. Reverence for your body and the body of the mother. Yes, thank you, Dr. Miluna. I feel that so powerfully. The one thing I really learned this year too was over mothering others just keeps us in that patriarchal grind. And Dr. Miluna talks a lot about the voice. So one of the water goddesses that I did call in is Sarasvati, who rules language, the voice, and having the voice of pure truth. That is the voice of power, right? When we're in ritual, when we're talking to our friends, talking to our children, our spouses, our beloveds, people we work with, we want to be in that voice of truth. Like right now, I'm feeling very gentle and calm, but also really strong, really powerful. It feels really nice. It feels so beautiful. So, yes, I will be continuing to drink this water. And if you're so called, you could also go outside and do a libation, offer some of this water to the earth. It's beautiful. Libations are super powerful. You can share it with, someone you love. You could also anoint yourself with it, put it in a bath, right? So this is a practice that I go in and out of doing daily. I sometimes forget. And you could do it with tea. It's really nice. I mean, right now, it's a little bit cooler right here in Santa Barbara. It's starting to cool off a little bit. So it's nice to have the warm water of the tea. But, if coffee is your drink of choice as the first thing in the morning, um, bless it. It has water. That's most of coffee is water. So tea, water, coffee, your smoothie, bless it all and bring it in. Just blessing ourselves is so healing and brings us into that embodiment of the divine. And, this time of year, we are wanting to embody the divine feminine and the divine masculine in marriage in balance within. It's really important. But we could do that ritual on another day, but that consciousness is here. We called it in. So, Dr. Miluna, since you're here, I'm going to be pulling Oracle of the Mermaids cards. The crystal here. I'm going to first pull a card for the collective, and then I will pull individual cards. So if you're here during the live, please let me know by putting just a comment below. And if you wish, I will also pull a card for you. So this first card is for all of us here in the ritual today. What do we need to know? What is the wisdom of the waters that wishes to be acknowledged in this moment? That one went flying. And it's a beautiful card. Look at this. Transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, and present. Look at this beautiful mermaid. So we talked about the, the energies, particularly of Sarasvati, of truth. And I feel like this is also calling to our attention, again, areas where maybe we've been holding back, speaking our truth, or speaking up for our needs, speaking a boundary, even speaking love. I love the little bubbles coming out of her mouth. So even having authentic thoughts. So when what are they saying to me? When we are in relationship, in deep, many of you are very mystical, in very deep mystical relationship with yourself, with your guides. These little bubbles to me are representing those thoughts and words that are exchanged. It's at such a deep, subtle level. So I feel like at this time, our guardians and our guides want us to really be listening. So even before you speak, allow the information and the wisdom to come through. Allow that energy and that vibration move through your body and embody it, and then speak, take action, right? Yeah, I feel like the transparency is important, and it's also important that there's these certain levels that are allowed to come in to your consciousness, that to be brought into the earth realm, the 3D, right? Because these other guardians and entities, guides, their energy is of usually higher dimensions, but that's the point. We're supposed to be earthly. We're supposed to bring heaven to earth. We're not meant to be spaced out. We have to ground this energy, which again is why doing the water ritual is so beautiful, because you're drinking that, you're grounding all of those energies, those blessings, those decrees within. Okay, so that's what I think wanted to come through today for the collective. Okay, so Dr. Myluna, let me give my little cards a tap here, clear the energy for you. And if you can, Dr. Myluna, just close your eyes and send your beautiful energy into the cards. What does Dr. Myluna need to know? What is the wisdom of the waters wanting her to know today? And again, if anyone else is here, please let me know in the comments and I will pull a card. Whew. Well, you had 2 fly out. Really beautiful ones. The first one is this one. It says, honor the masculine. Respecting men, embracing the masculine divine. So they're asking you to focus on, obviously there's probably men in your life to honor, but honor your inner divine masculine. Maybe you're not spending enough time with your inner divine masculine. I feel like I love how open his heart is that gesture. It's very surrendering too, which is, we don't think of the masculine as surrendering sort of energy, right? We think of the feminine as the surrender, but the masculine has a form of surrender also. So, and he also looks like he's suspended in this kind of vortex of water and light. So you might be feeling like things are at a standstill, Dr. Miluna, that you're in the suspended moment. It's also a 10. See the number 10 here? 10 represents culminations and endings. So as it's like you're winding up all these loose ends, but you are in this, like many of us, in this equinox closing of cycles, the moment between the inhale and the exhale, that just that stillness. So in that stillness, surrendering whatever your divine masculine wants you to surrender. I feel like if you go within and ask your divine masculine, maybe do some journaling, you'll find it. The second card you got is number 23, and it is dreams. Vivid dreaming, dream messages, and dream teaching. And I feel like it's very similar, you know. She's in suspension, you're surrounded and protected by these beautiful jellyfish. I also, whenever I see those jellyfish, I think of the Monterey Bay Aquarium, which I think is not far from you. So what is that jellyfish? The jellyfish is just, again, it allows the water to just move it like gracefully, slowly. So moving slowly and gracefully. And you're definitely getting downloads at this time, especially for some new teaching, there's something new coming through you, which is why you need this time in suspension, this quiet time, if that makes sense. I'm going to see if I have any other. Okay. I'm not seeing any. I see that there are other people here. It looks like there might be 3 other people here besides Dr. Miluna. And I can't see. So I'm trying to see if there's a way. Okay. Well, I'm sending everybody so much love. Blessed be. And thank you for being here live. And for anyone that's watching the ritual anytime, it doesn't matter if it's not the equinox, it could be 10 years from now. This ritual will be just as efficacious, just as powerful. And what's the beautiful thing is, I would say, you know, if you feel called, share this ritual with your friends, like send them the link. Because I have a feeling that over the years, people will come across this ritual and we will be sending each other into the future, and those of us who've done it in the past, because we know they're really, you know, that time is fluid, that time, it's not about, you know, past or future. Times and timelines are all basically the present moment. And so, yeah, 10 years from now, we may get some blessings for someone that watches this, right? So I'm holding that in this reality, we have blessings and healings of abundance and overflow, eternal. Okay. So I'm wishing you so much love and blessings. And I wanted to also let you know that I'm beginning a beautiful group called the Pleasure Pod. And we will be doing these rituals every week, different ones, different teachings on Tuesday mornings. And then, as also part of the group, I will have a Facebook group if you wish to join that, where I'll be giving individual mini card readings. And on Mondays, I will do a collective reading for the group and a collective channeling. So I am keeping the registration open. It's open now until about probably October 21st or 22nd. And then I'm going to close it. It's a 6-month group. We may extend it, but the first run is 6 months. And I would love, love, love to have you and your powerful, beautiful magic with us. Okay, so let's close off with that. And Again, if you have questions, you can always email me. Let me type in my email. It's Seraphine-Oster@gmail.com. And my website is www.chrisseraphine.com. You want to learn more. And let me get the link. I'll put the pleasure pod in here. Put a link to the pleasure pod so you can learn more. Right, so that's all the business for today. And yeah, email me if you have questions or if you wanted to share your experience and don't feel comfortable sharing in public. Totally understandable. Okay, that's it for now. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your week. Bye.